Hi friends. Okay, so here I am sitting in the parking lot again, making a video because I really want to make a commitment to get these videos done. Um, I gotta say that I've been a perfectionist my whole life, and it's me basically no different than anybody else because that has caused me to not fulfill any of my dreams because I had to know how I was going to get there, or I had to see the way it was going to happen for me to actually go for it. And if things didn't go my way perfectly all the time, or I just didn't see the way to get there, I gave up. And that has gotten me nowhere. But I want to be very honest. And of course, I'm always honest in my videos, but what I mean to convey when I say that is I want to be very honest about my feelings and where I'm at and what I'm going through, but keep it positive always, because I am experiencing some very profound changes. I am experiencing spiritual growth spurts by leaps and bounds. Profound changes that I always knew I was capable of. I remember when I was young, always feeling like I was born into the wrong family, or just born into the wrong life, because I just felt like, I'm meant to be rich. Like, I'm meant to be a star. Like, I'm meant to be something really special. And the truth is that we all are. Life tends to kind of, it can beat us down. We finally convince ourselves that we're not good enough, or that we're not worth things, but we're actually born knowing way more. Even my grandmother used to have this saying. She said all the time, she would say, I got a champagne taste but a beer pocketbook. And that was basically saying that she knew she liked good things and wanted good things. And we all do. We all want good things and feel like we deserve or should have good things. And then we convince ourselves, because we don't have them, that maybe we don't deserve them. We are not physical beings. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. So we have this like ethereal memory of who we are, that we don't really belong on this planet, that we don't really belong in this body, and some of us have more of a knowing than others, and the ones of us that seem to struggle the most, especially with like drug addictions, or we just seem to have a lot harder time in life. We seem to have even the more knowing of who we really are, So instead of realizing that this is a temporary plane that I'm on, and I'm here to do a job, and I'm here for a purpose, instead, for me, for years, I was just trying to escape. I didn't want to be in my body. I didn't like the feeling of being in my body. So I, was trying to escape being in my body, whatever way that meant. If I didn't have to feel the feeling of being in my body, it didn't matter what drug I was putting in my body to get there, or what the temporary escape was. And there's so many people, unfortunately, who have lived that or walked that path, and then let the shame just ruin their life, ruin their purpose. And for me, it boiled down to a decision. My daughter had a lot to do with it. Thank God. You know, I just saw her and I just knew there was something that I had to get, something I had to figure out, because she was going to have better. She was going to have more. And I didn't care what it took. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to figure this thing out. And I got to know and I got to trust. So, you know, I've been putting the videos to the side because it's like, oh, you know, I don't have a place to do it right now. I don't have the time. I don't have the right camera. I don't know how to edit. Da 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 da. What excuse next, you know? And then back, like 3 different other YouTubers whose channels I watch back to back. They all said on their channel at one point, you know, if you're trying to do something, if you got a message to get out there, if you're trying to start your own YouTube channel, just start making the videos. You know, I literally heard that 3 times, boom, 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 back to back. And it's like, and then on a 4th time, another YouTuber I watch, Gavin Stevenson, wakeupfulfilled.com, check him out, he's really awesome. He's sitting in his car doing a video, and it, you know, I was like, hey, you know, he's chilling, he's cool, and he's got, I don't know how many people following him, watching his channel, and he's sitting in his car doing it, you know. So, you know, here I am sitting here making excuses, and he's making a video. So that's what I'm doing, because I'm going through some changes, and they're good, positive changes, and they're not just for me. They're a gift for everybody. We all, this can happen. You know, I always knew the secret existed from something that I was a big Def Leppard fan when I was a teenager. From the time I was like, I don't know, 13 to like 16 or 17. I loved Joe Elliott. I was just a huge Def Leppard fan. He just, I mean, that lead singer of that band just, you know, he buttered my bread, honey. And by the time I was 17, you know, I was pretty much grown out of it. And then when I was 20 years old, I moved to Fort Lauderdale for a while. And one of my girlfriends, her boyfriend, was a stagehand. And Def Leppard was coming to town. And even though I was kind of, you know, over the whole infatuation at the time, they were coming to town and I knew somebody. And guess what? I got backstage and I got to meet them. And I got to meet Joe Elliott. And I mean, I had dreamt of meeting him. I don't know how many hundreds of times that I, you know, have that picture in my mind of what that moment would be like. And yeah, by the time the moment came, it was nothing like I ever pictured it, you know, but it was still sweet and it was wonderful. And something about that experience told me that I had brought that moment into my life. I didn't know how. And I also knew that something about it kind of sucked a little bit, that, you know, you can bring these things into your life, but in order for you to get them, you have to kind of be okay with not having them. Like, I would have never met them during the time I was infatuated like I was, because I needed it. I wanted it so bad. Like, I wanted it so bad. I felt like when I was infatuated, like I had to have that moment to make me happy, until I didn't get it. And then I found other things to make me happy, and then I could have that moment. Because we have to be happy. We can't get the things in life, the money, the prestige, the trips, the fancy cars, the beautiful homes. We can't get these things in order to be happy. We have to know who we are and be truly happy, and know that we're going to get these things because we deserve these things. and that we love ourselves enough that we bring these things into our life, and that we trust the creator of the universe, the creator of worlds, who loves us and who made us perfect just the way we are, that he's gonna bring it in, you know, to our experience at just the perfect time and in the perfect way, and in the way that it's not just going to benefit you, but somebody else or everybody else. And I gotta admit, you know, after my last YouTube video when I was talking about moving into my potential dream house and how excited I was to show it to you guys and everything, well, some things came up that, you know, I may or may not get in that house now. Some issues came up with not just one of my business opportunities, but two of my business opportunities, where things were kind of like, I was like, well, you know, what's going on? I'm doing the law of attraction stuff, and I'm meditating every day, and things are supposed to be working out for me like perfect all the time. Like, what the hell is up with this? You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, oh, and I just made a YouTube video telling everybody I was showing my dream house and da-da-da. But I can promise you this, no matter what happens, I do know now, I am very, very confident now that regardless of whatever way this stuff ends up going down, it is going to be for my benefit. It is going to be for the best, because all things work to the good of my happiness, success, health, wealth, and abundance. All things do. I know this now. Now, I'm human, so I'm going to go through the little emotions. I'm gonna feel the little frustrations. That's the contrast. That's the contrast. It's showing me what I don't want, but now I've got to adjust my way of being, and I've got to take what I don't want, and I've got to shift that focus to, well, that shows me then over here in contrast what I do want. So what I do want is this. It doesn't necessarily have to be that house, because I was just excited I was getting into a house before they showed me the house I was going to get into. Now, when they showed me the house I was going to get into, I was like, oh my God, you know, this is amazing. It's incredible. Ah. And now to find out that it might not happen, I have to be okay with that too, because I was okay with it before. And the easiest and quickest way for me to make sure that I am going to get into that dream house, even if it's not that one, but another one, either comparable or maybe even better than, is to, as quickly as I can, move through that process and get back into my attitude of gratitude. Don't let that frustration defeat me, throw me off my game, make me forget who I am, make me forget every day when I wake up, you know, that I got to do my meditation, I got to get grateful, I got to stay in contact with my creator, I got to remember who I am and what I'm really here for, and it ain't a house, and it ain't a car, and it ain't a job, okay? We've all got some serious, serious work to do. We are on the verge of a mass spiritual awakening. Some serious stuff is going down right here on planet Earth, y'all. Okay, so stay tuned, because it's going to get real exciting. I'm happy to be a part of it. Happy you're a part of it. Let's do this. I'll see you on the next video. Mwah.